Are you guys Reading? What's this Reading Peace Group?
Reading Peace Group.
Right, this is going to be seen. I don't know how many people watch this video. I've got.
That's all right.
I've got 50,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's
there's
nice.
obviously some people will see it.
Right.
Like I said, it's very political, the channel itself. So there's going to be lots of back and forth.
Yeah.
So we're just out and about. We see people doing a little pro-Ukraine stuff. Well, I don't know what the fuck this is, but let's see. Hi. I've got a YouTube channel. It's a bit political and stuff like that. I thought this might be an interesting opportunity for you to speak on what it is that you're doing here today.
Very welcome to have a quick chat, whatever you want.
Yeah,
to do.
sure. So what is it you're doing?
So we're Reading Peace Group.
Reading Peace Group.
Reading Peace
Okay.
Group. Yeah, we have a peace vigil here every Friday.
Yeah. Could you
to
take the
say
mask
stop
down? I
war
can't
in
hear you very
Ukraine.
well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
What's your name?
So I'm Peter.
I'm Coley.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to
Yep,
meet you too,
Sorry,
Peter.
we'll let this go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're from Reading Peace Group.
Yeah.
And we have a peace vigil every Friday here in Reading.
Excellent.
To say stop the war in Ukraine.
Right.
And no to the invasion of Ukraine.
No to the invasion. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So what are your thoughts on the invasion so far? What do you think?
Yeah, so I think our priority is, well, let's try and stop the fighting as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Stop people getting killed.
Right.
Try to bring about some kind of peaceful solution.
Yeah.
That hopefully will allow Ukraine to rebuild.
Okay.
Will bring those responsible for the invasion.
Yeah.
Putin and his gang to justice.
Putin and his gang. Yeah.
Yeah, and also
This is an odd one for the channel. No constable, no security wobble. Just a man with a camera walking up to a peace stall and finding someone he cannot wrong foot. The striking bit is how normal it all is. On a British pavement, political speech, peaceful assembly and filming can all be perfectly lawful together, and that becomes the lesson here. What happens next is a useful reminder of where those rights start and where they stop.
kind of help
Okay.
Ukraine rebuild itself.
Right. And as like a British citizen, what do you think of our government's response to the war so far? What do you think of Boris Johnson? Do you think he's done well? He's somewhat, leading the charge in Europe, I suppose.
I don't think he has done particularly.
You don't
well.
think he has? No.
I think he's kind of tried to make political capital out of it without really doing very
Right.
much.
I mean,
He's said a lot. He's made a lot of fuss. But he hasn't.
We've sent troops
on
there,
on
weapons
the one
there,
hand, he hasn't given
money there.
We sent money. We sent weapons. We
Yeah.
haven't sent troops. We're not sort of part of the conflict.
Right.
We're really just kind of standing on the sideline shouting.
I think Boris has done a fair bit,
at
probably
the
too
same
much, I
time-
would say.
Well, possibly, yeah. At the same time, what we're not doing, which we should be doing,
Yeah.
is trying to engage in more of a diplomatic initiative.
Give
to stop the war.
give Putin a way out, so to speak. I feel like Putin's being backed into a bit of a corner at the moment.
Unfortunately, he has painted himself into a corner.
He
which
has,
is-
but
which
what I
a
mean is
stupid
with
situation.
someone as kind of volatile and irrational as Putin, I feel like you need to give him an escape route
I
because
think
his
you're
ego.
right. It's not going to end unless you can find a way out that everyone is happy with.
Right,
Yeah,
but the point I'm making is Putin's not going to want to lose face. Obviously, a lot of pride is at
No,
stake,
you're right. You're
especially
right.
what he's telling the Russian
It's
people. So
big stakes. For him, you're
we
right.
have kind of put him into a corner. If he's not allowed a
put
way
himself
out,
into a corner.
he's an irrational guy. There's no telling what he might do, nuclear bombs, this, that, and the other. So I do not feel as if Boris, our government, this constant speak of Ukraine and the way Boris has gone about it.
First thing to clock. This is core Article 10 ECHR territory given domestic force by the Human Rights Act 1998. Political speech gets the highest protection. Criticizing Boris Johnson, NATO or British policy is not unlawful because someone dislikes it. No threats, no harassment, no offence made out. And that matters for what follows.
He is poking the quote-unquote Russian bear.
I think Russia has said, that in terms of how Britain is dealing with it, it does feel aggravated.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think there is a bit of an element of kind of poking Russia. Just
Yeah.
for the
So
sake
what
of it.
any thoughts about like NATO expansionism, anything
what
like
I would
that?
like to see is, us having a plan for how we want this war to end,
Right.
and then trying to get there.
What would you propose?
I don't know. That's something that would have to be agreed between Russia and Ukraine.
Okay.
that they will have to sit down and talk about it, basically.
Interesting.
So this is not something that me as an outsider can say, this is what must happen. Yeah.
Of course. Do you not think the Russians, the Russian state, the Russian Federation don't have a right to have a bit of kind of protection on their borders from NATO?
Everyone has the right to have security.
Yeah.
And although, in politics, it's not kind of cool to talk about this.
Right.
The fact is, if we'd have behaved differently 20, 30 years ago, and, had taken a different view of NATO expansion, then we would not be in the situation.
It's good that
we're
you
in
can
now.
weigh up both sides of the argument. I think that's a good trait to have.
Thank you, that's important.
No.
So, you know, whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons we are where we are now.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, again, for Putin, we can see now Finland and Sweden want to join
Yeah,
NATO.
absolutely.
And that is entirely, you know, because of Putin's actions.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Boris is getting involved in that as
Russia's
well.
going to have to sort of start thinking about that and
Yeah.
sort of talking to people and saying, okay, well, let's kind of try and come up with a security way forward that means everyone gets what they want. Doesn't mean that countries on Russian borders can't have their own security arrangements.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that NATO pushes right up to Russia.
Yeah.
But at the same time, doesn't mean that Russia necessarily has any control over those kind of countries, if you're like stuck in the middle of the sandwich.
Of course, but obviously geopolitically.
Notice how flat the temperature stays. Under the Public Order Act 1986, Sections 4A and 5 are about threatening or abusive conduct causing harassment, alarm, or distress. This is none of that. A small static protest also does not need procession-style notice under Section 11 unless it tips into obstruction. So far, everyone is well inside the lines.
So, yeah, I don't think this is going to change until we have a new regime in Russia.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be a long time away. But young Russians take a different view to the kind of
course.
old guard, people who were alive, you know, when the Cold War was around. And it's only a matter of time until things change.
No, of course, this is a good point to make. Are you guys ready? What's this Reading Peace Group?
Reading Peace Group.
Right, this is going to be seen. I don't know how many people watch this video.
That's all right.
I've got 50,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's
there's obviously some people will see it.
Right.
Like I said, it's very political, the channel itself. So there's going to be lots of back and forth.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be an interesting opportunity to kind of to video this, have this engagement.
Good for you, for
I may not be
people.
totally clued up, but I like speaking about these things. I might have said stuff that's incorrect.
It's really good that you're.
But at least I've learned some stuff from yourself.
It's really good that you're engaging
No,
with
of
people
course.
in the public domain.
Of course.
And it's really good that you're kind of encouraging people to do that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So are you? So
Yeah,
this
good for you.
this is focused on Ukraine today.
Today, yeah.
What
But
sort of other sort of peace
we are a peace
stuff?
group, so you know, we kind of campaign against war.
Yeah.
You know.
So what other sort
because
of
we're campaigning against
yeah.
Ukraine now, then you know people are happy to support us.
Yeah.
But you know, 20 years ago when we were campaigning against the Iraq war.
Oh wow!
and
So you guys been
campaigning
around
against
for a
Syria
little
war,
minute.
Then you know, obviously people were more critical about that. Then.
Okay.
But,
Oh
you know,
really?
Our view is war. You know, we're opposed to war. We want peaceful solutions to these problems.
That's good, because when I initially came over, I thought, I saw the Ukraine flag, whatever. I've got my own beliefs and own understandings.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to be so kind of clued up on the other side of the argument and stuff. So again, as mentioned, it's refreshing to hear.
Then we get the filming point. There is no general law in England and Wales stopping you recording people in a public place, and the Data Protection Act is not a veto. Telling them it is for YouTube is not required, but it is decent practice. Peter is free to decline. Instead, he carries on, which makes the ending satisfying.
Yeah.
And get a debate with someone that clearly knows and understands both sides of the argument. So obviously this is Ukraine. Before this, have you had anything about Yemen, Palestine, anything like that?
We kind of work with groups like Palestine Solidarity.
Okay, good.
Who have a branch in Reading.
Okay.
And we kind of organise events to talk about what's happening in the Middle East.
Sure.
Including in Iraq and Palestine.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously the Middle East, unfortunately, there's a lot of sectarianism there. It's one of the kind of troubled spots in the world.
Of course.
So the more we can do to cool things down there, the better for everyone, I think.
And if people wanted to find out more about Reading Peace Group, you're Peter. Are you the host? Are you the owner?
We have a Facebook page.
You have a Facebook page,
Reading
Reading Peace Group.
Reading Peace Group.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this video probably now.
Lovely.
I'm going to share your page as well, and
Lovely,
hopefully some more people can engage, can understand, have their say. And again, yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Buddy. Really do appreciate it.
And I hope you have a lovely weekend.
You too.
Take care.
Bye bye.
All right, so that was Peter from Reading Peace Group. Obviously, I tried to share, my understanding of the conflict and what I think and stuff. I tried to trip him up, but he didn't really trip. He was very well prepared, very well versed on what's going on, at least in Ukraine. So yeah, it was a very interesting conversation to have. Again, I'm not some fucking geopolitics expert or no shit like that. So I tried to kind of say my bit. And like I said, I tried tripping him up, but yeah, he was more than ready, more than prepared. So that's Peter from Reading Peace Group. Guys, I'm going to link their Facebook. Make sure you go check them out. I'm not usually one for these sort of little protests and LGBT stuff. Like, I'm not really one for that. So I went over there thinking, yeah, this is easy prey. It certainly wasn't. So as mentioned, I'm not really one for all that sort of stuff, but this guy, yeah, their member is.
And the outcome is refreshingly simple. No row, no theatre, no plod, just the filmer admitting he thought he had found easy prey and had plainly met his match. 3 useful points come out of that. Peaceful political speech on a pavement is usually protected. Filming in public is usually lawful, but being open about what you are doing is the sensible way to do it. And if you want to test an argument, stay calm and let the facts speak. Share your verdict in the comments and subscribe for more measured breakdowns. This video is educational, not legal advice. Always check local laws. Peace out.